All right. Hello. Welcome to the Ouija Temple. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Oh, we're already on. Hello. How's it going, y'all? Welcome to the Ouija Temple. It's a bit dark in here. Oh, these candles we have over here. So, welcome. Thanks for coming by. Oops. I'm going to light some more candles and get it a little brighter in here for y'all. We are currently listening to the Thomas de Hartmann and Grotto piano stuff that I like very much and play a lot in my temple space. It's very peaceful, which I feel like everyone could use right now, definitely. Oh shit, that's hot. Feel free to say hi in the chat. We are just getting started, so things are starting to come together here. It's about to get quite a bit brighter in here, thankfully. Oh yeah, there it goes. Huh. Sorry to everyone who just tuned in and is going to watch me walk in circles for a few minutes. What did I just do with that goddamn pack of candles? Hey, there it is, found it. Hello, welcome to my temple. We are just getting things started here. wanted to give folks a nice, peaceful space. I'm sure anyone who's paying attention is aware the world is a little more than a little batshit fucking crazy right now, but a little batshit crazy can help sometimes. Oh, son of a... Oh, they're coming. In a few minutes, I will take folks on a little tour of the Ouija temple. If anybody has any questions or anything they'd like to say, you can go ahead and pop that in the chat, and I will read it momentarily. Hopefully be able to answer it. Right now, I've been in the temple for a while, so it's time to replace some candles and things like that. So just enjoy the lovely piano music and everything, and momentarily we'll get to the meat and potatoes of this. Not that I eat meat, but you know what I mean. Got a lot of candles here these days. All right. Yeah, I won't advertise this on Tumblr, but if folks want a single card tarot reading, I will do that exclusively on this here. Ow, motherfucker! I will do that exclusively on this here YouTube channel. Sorry, I just sort of burnt myself a little bit. Let's go ahead and, well, this is, put you over here toward the Earth altar. Check that out. Cool stuff, right? So that's a real human skull. Friend of the family. No, I'm kidding. It's antique. It's from an old medical thing. It's actually not mine. It belongs to a friend of mine who was staying here briefly, and he was so kind as to let me use it. He will be back for it, which makes me sad because I like it a lot. I named it Jim, and it's a good friend of mine. Now, so let's go ahead and scoot this on over, way over here. To, this is going to be our Eastern altar right here. Check her out. Very good stuff. It's very nice. I'm very blessed to have this temple space here. It's a very large temple space. And not very many people have this, so it's a very nice thing. Oh shit. I'm going to turn a little light on real quick so you can actually see what's happening over here. Maybe I will. Yeah, there we go. Shine a little light on. Pop this guy in real quick. That should work. Not sure why it didn't. Huh. Uh-oh. thing. That's why. Oh, there it is. All right. So this is the Eastern altar. This is pretty cool. I just got this. This is a very well done antique replica of an Ankh that was found in a tomb in Egypt. This is a very nice ritual implement. I have some very nice ritual implements. Thanks to spending a lot of money on them. I don't drink anymore. So, yeah. It's one of the only things that I spend money on, actually, is ritual stuff. Yeah, and I have this very fancy copy, limited edition copy of Aleister Crowley's The Drug. It's from $150. I don't know why they didn't do $156, keeping it thelemic. But yeah, it's very cool. I actually have this all set up right here. So I was taking some thank you pictures to, can't off the top of my head remember the name of the company that I bought this from, but it's really amazing occult bookstore out of London. I'll probably put it in the notes or something. Yeah, and you should buy from them. I think it's from Treadwell's in London. Very cool people, very, very good selection of stuff. Would suggest highly. And they threw in, because I paid so much goddamn money, they threw in this little zine copy of Aleister Crowley's The Soul Hunter. So that was nice of them. And I have this adorable little Horus guy that I got. A little Horpark Karat, child Horus. And these different, speaking of Horus, these different tiny replica canopic jars are really cool. And you actually open them up, put shit in them. Hopefully not organs of you or the ones that you love, but who knows? Have some more candles to replace here. As you can see, things are starting to go out. Yeah, I just wanted to create a little peaceful space for folks to hang out tonight, since the world, and at least my city, is quite literally on fire. Not that their rage is not justified. Where do you buy your statuary and ritual items? They're awesome. Thanks. I get them from all sorts of different places. There's a handful of bookstores in England that I go through, including Treadwell's books. I buy a lot of my stuff from private dealers who tend to specialize in occult stuff. A lot of book dealers who also have little leads on cool shit. I got those little guys from a thing called Ancient Egypt, the Summit Collection, from the museum store. Cheated there. It's like little canopic jars are like gift shop level items, but fucking cool. Yeah, and then this guy went out, so I'll show you this. My little candle holders are pretty dark in here. They are raw, ram-headed statues. If y'all could be patient and enjoy the music for a moment, I'm going to go... Oh, fuck, here it is. Sorry. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's dead. Okay. I will be back momentarily. All right. So let me put this down. Hopefully everybody's still there and I'm not talking to myself. Like that. Like this in. Cool. Very bright. Very nice. Oh. So. Oh shit. I just got this crazy string of lights, so I figured I might as well use it, right? Let's drop this in here, put this under the bolo. I'm a Christmas tree. Hey. Yeah, so I was trying to show everybody this. This is my raw candle holder guy. It's based on a little statue replica guy from Heliopolis, I believe. But yeah, I'm gonna pop a candle on this guy. Yeah, so this is the temple. I am quite blessed to have this much space. This actually used to be an underground music venue that I started many years ago with a student loan check and a lot of hubris, actually. But we can't really do that so much anymore. We have a disabled guy who lives with us, who we take care of, and the landlord found out about it and was super pissed that we were having shows here. So he threatened to kick us out, and we can't really, like, where's Mike going to move to? So we just decided to kind of slow down on that, and me and Glory to Babylon on here, who lives with me, now have taken the space over and turned it into the lovely Ouija temple. So glad that I could share this with you. Yeah, we're a little more lit up down here now. We have cool Thoth guy up here with my replica of one of the wedgette necklaces that King Tut was found with. And yeah, my copy of the Book of the Law that I got when I was initiated into the OTO. This motherfucker right here is so cool. Little ram's heads, little like offering thing that I use for purification. I got this off Etsy. Yeah, I mean, I find a lot of my stuff just cruising around the internet. Like I know what I'm looking for, roughly. So I look pretty much wherever I can, everywhere from like eBay, Etsy, shit like that. The Egyptian replica stuff, I have a line on a guy who sells some stuff through eBay, is how I met him. I can't remember. I think he's actually based out of Luxor in Egypt. And so I've worked with him a bit, so I get a little discount on this. This guy was, I mean, this is like really high quality replica stuff though, so that was like $80. Not for the faint of heart. Like, I'm fortunate and blessed enough to be in a financial situation, collecting unemployment basically, and living in California where they're throwing $600 on top of each unemployment check. So yeah, I've been able to spend a little money on some nice shit. And that, and like, I really just like, I don't spend money on much else besides occult stuff, ritual stuff, books. Like, I don't have a social life. That's not true, but I don't spend money to go out. If a party costs $40, I'm like, fuck that. Like, I go to my friend's house for free. Cool. Okay, so that is the Eastern altar. I'm going to switch some candles over here on the fire altar, and then I will show everybody over here. All right. So let's go ahead and take a little trip. Oh, sorry guys, there's some stuff that I don't want people to see. No peeking. All right, here we are. Boom. Yeah, here we are at the Southern Fire Altar, complete with fake fire and shit, right? Yeah, I got this like fake fireplace thing that's actually a heater, which is pretty cool. And I like, what better to have on a fire altar than like fire, right? So yeah, I have these cool owl candle holders. This one is precariously close to the edge. And then a little metallic human skull. Back here, actually, this is part of my alchemy set. With little cast iron cauldron, very small cauldron that I'm making a rose oil in right now. Very cool stuff. And then you can kind of see over here, there is more of the bones and things. This is a real beat up ass door that goes from the temple space into the garage. I'm actually going to replace a thing real quick. I shall be right back. I have to go get something from another part of my house. I'll be right back. Let the music stop. There we go. Don't want to leave you hanging, so I'll be right back. All right. Do this up real quick. What the hell happened? Oh, I'm doing it. Yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, please feel free to drop those in the chat. I do have my altars are all organized with the element for each direction. Anyway, practices witchcraft or any branch of the Western occult tradition is more or less familiar with what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's like air in the east, fire in the south, and water in the west, earth in the north. So, oh shit, what the hell was that? Sorry. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I sort of swear a lot. Boom. All right. So, what the hell is doing? Oh. Odd. Okay. So, we're going to move a little bit over here now. Boom. Welcome to the West. Which is funny because I got like a cowboy hat on and shit. I'm like, welcome to the West. Yeah, so here, this is my purification well. Water, salt, do a thing, do a little dance, make a little whatever. And then, we have like a multi-tiered altar here. This candle holder is a camel for the priestess or the high priestess tarot card. This is the Gamel, is the Hebrew letter for it. Camel. You'll notice there are a lot of mystical texts that involve deserts. Reasons for that would take way too long to explain, but as your resident wizard cowboy, and so that's cool. And you can see the full blacklight receptive moon that I painted so many years ago. We have the Yakin and Boaz. You can't really see Boaz very well, but now you kind of can. They are sitting on the inner side of the moon as they should be. So that's what's going on there. And then I have these cool little shell Christmas light type things inside of the well, which is 3 pieces of glass. It's a flat piece on the bottom, flat circular piece, and then this big ass tube piece here in the middle, shells and stuff on the bottom of that. And then this is sort of a shallow bowl here. I will actually go get some water to put in this guy. I'll move over here. I'll be right back. So I guess after the tour, I'll do a little magicking so folks can see how shit works in here, I guess. So this is the West. And then we'll turn around here to the north, where I'll pull back here. So this is the northern altar right here. You can see this is a big ass tortoise shell right here, which has candles underneath it. If it wasn't so bright everywhere else, turned on some lights so you can sort of see more of what's going on in here. But usually the candles inside of the tortoise shell shine through. Looks very cool. And then we have, some antlers, a cool horn, human skull, and then stones and things. And I have 2 different kinds of rose petals that I use in a lot of ritual. The dark ones over here, and then the light ones are over here. Very cool. And then just different stones that people have given me. Cute little jade heart, and a cute, much larger jade heart. All sorts of stuff, including some stones that I've just found, random pieces of lapis lazuli here. Very cool. Gem. And then these are wax discs that I have made for different things. They're going to get inscribed and be ritual implements soon enough. This little box of mine, a friend of mine got on a little trip of theirs to India. It's got incense and things inside of it. And then on each of the altars, that I have these little archangel pendants. Usually I fix those to the walls, but here in this case, I've put them on each of the altars. So that's the brief tour of each of the altars in the temple space. There are a couple of bonus altars. I shall show you those in one moment. Bonus altar. Oh, God. All right. Bonus altars. So, first bonus altar is going to be in the southwest. And this is the altar that I was talking about. Let me turn that light actually up a bit. I have all of the lights in the temple are the stupid smart lights. I love cheesy shit like that. But it then lets me control some of the lighting in here, for different things. Like right now, since it's in the west, I have it's red. But I shall make it. Please fuck off. There it goes. All right. So upon this piano, we have bones and things. This is a collection of a friend of mine's things, including butterflies, and then wine and cakes of light for the Eucharist. They're just so happen to be here right now. And then we'll go to the other bonus altar across the way here. And this bonus altar is the Ouija altar. Yeah, with the tetragram behind it. The sculpture that's got the light in it, it's very bright and you kind of can't see it, was built by my roommate, Evan Porter Larson, aka Spesh, rest in peace. And these 2 Ouija boards are both very antique and sort of beginning to fall apart. So that's that. We'll shine it back down here over to the southern altar. I'll turn down so you can see that. I will turn that bright ass light back down. I will kill this bright ass light. Here we go, back to the original lighting place. Let's put the candle in here. So this is my workspace, really. I mean, I have a big ass altar in my bedroom also. But the majority of the big work that I do is down here because I have so much space. Oh fuck. I know that you guys are cool, but I really try to not have my actual magical weapons visible to folks because, as Nightshade and Roses knows, this fucking psycho little girls fucking cursed the living shit out of me. I didn't really probably do anything, but I just like I just don't like to have that type of energy around me. And I've never done anything to retaliate against them because it would be fucking stooping from where I am, and I don't like to lean down and talk to fucking pathetic weirdos who like to curse people because they don't have anything better to do with their magic or like a real practice. But we'll end that there and not go too far down the negativity rabbit hole. Although I can't stand the motherfucker. All right, so yeah, so I guess that now would be a good time to do some magicking. What do folks think about that? How about magic, huh? Good shit, right? You like that magic shit, right? I guess since we're all here, and I've got my Uraeus crown on, attached to my cowboy hat. I have like two of these. It's really ridiculous. Yeah, I guess now would be a good time to do the lesser banishing ritual of the Pentagram. Big mood, yeah, fuck him. Like I'm too big for that. Like I'm too big to waste any of my energy, like let alone my magical energy, like fucking with these idiots. Like, you know, I don't believe in like the fourfold fucking, you know, like Wiccan crap. Like, but I mean, I say that's super rude. If that's your path, like that's cool, and like it's way cooler than a lot of stuff. But like I don't obviously I don't practice that. You know, I just like, who would do that? Like who trolls people's page to find out like, what are you, like the fucking magic FBI? Like get a life, get a real practice. If you had a real practice, you wouldn't even have time for that shit. Like, and you wouldn't give a fuck what I had to say about your shit. Like, the only reason I'm even talking about your shit is because you made it my shit. So speaking of not spending energy on that, we're gonna not. So, like I said, I just got these cool little LED light things. Hey, here we go. Cool. I shall wrap myself in them. This will be really fun to get out later when I'm not as stoned. Yeah, I'm going to do the LBRP for you, which means that I do have to get my sword from upstairs. Because you'll find that each of these altars has its own dagger on it, and that is for reasons. Like if I'm doing specific types of elemental workings, I have a specific special dagger for each element. So yeah, I can be as broad and as specific as I like, which is cool. I like having shit. I like having cool shit. I like having a lot of shit. And I like having a big ass space to do it in. So that's cool. I'm going to go grab my sword. I shall be right back. Enjoy the ambiance. And you know what? Like, since the two folks who are here are cool people who I don't think want me to eat a magical bag of dicks, since like this is my Templar Sword. Yeah, pretty cool. It's a replica. It's actually a literal replica Templar Sword. It's replicated from Masonic stuff. It's not like people who invaded the Holy Land didn't actually use this. It's real small for fighting a war with. But, and this is going to really bum out some people, I do smoke tobacco in my temple. A lot of different Native American tribes use tobacco as grounding, so I like to smoke from time to time to take it down a couple of notches especially before I take it up a gang of notches. Normally I smoke American Spirit cigarettes, and these are not American Spirits. These will go very, very fast. So this is my temple. Welcome. I am glad that you are all seeing me literally wrapped up in these fucking Christmas lights like a goddamn Christmas tree. And I'm deleting this video when we're done here. So this is a one-off. You will never see this again. I'm glad that you could all be involved. Yeah, and I mean like all my fucking magical weapons are out anyway, basically. You're not gonna get close up on my lance, but the lance has a tip of buffalo bone. The wood on it is the wood from a 400-year-old oak tree, the branch of which was struck by lightning and severed from the tree. That 400-year-old oak tree was located in a much older, somewhat older, cemetery, Roman Catholic cemetery in Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm from. And I was walking the dog through the graveyard, and I saw this branch that fucking the tree was still partially smoldering from the lightning strike, and I was like, I need that. I need that. So took that, whittled it on down, and made that lance with it. Yeah, so there's like a little bit of fucking power in that. Yeah, and the lightning, like I was living next to that cemetery at the time, and like I heard the lightning strike the previous night. It scared the shit out of me. It scared the dog half to death. So then going and seeing that it actually hit an oak tree, and seeing that the strike severed like this huge ass branch. Like I didn't take it. I took a very small amount of it. It was really wild and very cool that that's what I got to move my lens out. I've been taking a lot of trips up and down the Pacific coast lately. So I am looking for new wood to make a wand out of. Like as you know, I said earlier about the different swords, different daggers that I have at each altar. Like anybody who like has like a big complicated practice will tell you that, like the more stuff that you have, the more wiggle room, more space that you have to do different stuff, specific stuff. So I'm trying to branch out a little bit, and having the wood from out here, in the Pacific where I live, it would be nice to have a piece of redwood. These big old trees that are, these just really powerful just statements about nature and about like all sorts, just the being on the Pacific coast is powerful in a lot of ways. And being around this much and this type of nature. Sorry, I'm trying to affix my sword in there. is really strong, and it would be nice to have that. So I'm looking for that. If anybody lives out here and you have like a redwood tree on your property that's recently been struck by lightning, hit me up. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead and start this LBRP in a moment when I'm done with this smoker rep. Thinking about doing the middle pillar ritual with the LBRP, but at the same time, that's not the world's most exciting ritual to watch, so I probably won't. But beforehand, we're going to do a purifying and a consecrating of the space. I'm probably going to move the camera into the northwest corner so you can see the most of the space, because the purifying and consecrating, I have to walk around a little bit. And I want folks to get a real, the two of you that are here, I want you to get a good sense of like the space, which is very fucking large. So it's a large space. I'm very fortunate, very blessed to have this much space to work with. Glory to Babylon, .tumblr.com, Sab, who is also a Thelomite and a practitioner, also uses the space. But for the most part, the altar design is mine. I built this blacklit room 8 or 9 years ago now, like a very long time ago, before most of the people who talk shit to me were even, reading Harry Potter books, let alone practicing magic. So yeah, it's I just want folks to get like a sense of the space. It's very, very, very nice space. I'm very happy to have it. These lights are really making me warm. Very warm. Hopefully I will not burst into flames. Although that would probably be pretty fun to watch, I gotta say. So let's go ahead and camera back. All right, how's that? Don't want to give too much. That looks good, right? Cool. Yeah. So you can sort of see the whole space now. Let me go ahead and put this in mostly weed smoke, actually. There's a curtain over here that separates this from the DJ booth. The other spaces over here. Where the fuck is the actual? There it is. Ow. Hey. Go. Oh, all right. So we'll take the stool back over here. All right. So let's get started. Oh shit. Yes. I have to go grab another altar cloth real quick before I start the shower room. And we're back. All right. Yeah, so do some moving things around for a moment here. We have the center altar that has not been fired up yet. I also obviously have taken off the really long string of lights, but I am going to wear a different string of lights because it seems cool and you keep a better eye on me while I'm doing stuff. It's a little tangled right now. Yeah, you know, like I like doing all the wacky type of stuff. You know, it keeps it interesting for other folks. You know, adds a little humor to it for me. I'm a pretty funny guy. Yeah, so I'll get these untangled real quick. Oh, there it is. Then we shall do the purifying, the consecrating, and then the banishing. Just because of how fucking crazy everything has been lately, sadly, I've not been working in my temple as much as I can or should. So this will be nice to get things fired back up and going again. All right. This is crazy. Oh, shit. All right. This batteries. Yeah, again, I want to thank everybody who is here and spending this time with me right now. It's very, you know, it's a dark time and it's a good time to spend with good folks. And I like to think of myself as a good person. Pretty good, usually. All right, it's fired up. Ooh, where's the button? Oh, did I do this wrong? This one goes in here. This one goes here. This one goes here. Yeah. Oh no. Oh shit. This string of lights is broken. Oh. Oh god, now I have to undo it for no reason. Oh shit me. Okay, well, you know, that was a good idea anyway. Sorry. Thanks for inviting us into your space. You're very welcome. Yeah, you know, like some people are very secretive about what they do. And, you know, there is the 4 powers of the Sphinx. There is to know, to will, to dare, and to be silent. So there are parts of my practice that I don't really talk about. But, you know, like, to be silent does not mean to never talk about your shit. Most people who never talk about their stuff just don't actually do anything. And I know for me, when I see people's spaces that are really cool, you know, like it gives me ideas. Oh shit. Oh fuck me. Whoops. Be right back. As I was saying, when I see spaces that people use, it gives me ideas, and it gets me kind of motivated, you know, to do my own things. So may this motivate you. put a pin in it. Shit. Oh no. Is this it? Nope. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nope. Here we go. There we are. Okay, there's the pin. This pin into this so I can use it. So we're pin there, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah, if you cannot see or if something is too loud or not loud enough, please let me know so I can fix that for you. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, Christ, oh, crutch candles are going out. All right, let me go. So on top of this. Pop a couple of candles in here right quick. It's the wrong one. There we go. Where the fuck's my there? Oh, hell. What did I do with that later? Oh, it's over here. It is, in fact, not over here. Okay. I can't imagine what I did with that. Oh, it's in my pocket. Woo! Sorry, everybody. I won't say that I didn't see it. It's a lively tune. Myself on fire. I was gonna say if I catch on fire, yell please, but that won't really help, will it? Okay, I have to go get my bell, and then we'll start. everybody's still there. Looks like everybody is. Hello. All right. So. Place more candles real quick before we begin. Don't want to get old Jim here no way. Get off me. Oh, good God. Alright. I've got to put this charcoal on. It will actually be ready to start, right? That'd be weird. So what I'm going to do, just so everybody knows, is I'm going to do a little chimey chime, open the temple, then I'm going to purify, I'm going to consecrate, and then I'm going to do the lesser banishing ritual of the Pentagram, and then I'm going to do my little invocation of Taboo Teeth Oath, and then I'll throw it back to y'all, see how people are feeling. See if people are starting to tire. They wish to retire. What else? Yeah, we're going to dump out the old and make with new. Yeah, if Sab was awake, Lord of Babylon was awake, I'd do the Eucharist for y'all. The Phonetic Eucharist, that is. But they are, in fact, asleep. So, none of that tonight. But I'm sure at some point y'all will see me do it, or maybe even go to a Gnostic Mass and see it done for yourself. Oh my fucking God. No, stop being like this. Shit. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, the expensive things. Okay. Please stay. Okay. Right in. Are we good? We good? Okay. All right. Sometimes put on a robe for this, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to tonight. Because I do not feel like I need to. So, here we go. I open this temple in the name. May the salt admonish the water to bear the virtue of the great sea. Mother, be thou adored. May the fire and the air make sweet the world. Father, be thou adored. Before me stands the mighty archangel Raphael. Behind me stands the mighty archangel Gabriel. In my right hand stands the mighty archangel Michael. And in my left hand stands the mighty archangel Uriel. Around us flames the circle of pentagrams. Above me, below me, and within me shines the six-rayed star, and I stand in the pillar of light. So that's the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram as I do it. Now we shall invoke the Lord Tahuti. I invoke thee, Tahuti Thoth. I invoke thee with Ankh and with wand both. I invoke thou with the ibis head. I invoke thee who after life judgeth the scale of the dead. I invoke thee, Thoth, sage wise, sage true. I invoke thee, Tahuti, be you and me, be me and you. Tahuti Thoth, Hermes, Mercurius Trismegistus. For folks who are unfamiliar, that is partially my take on Liber Israfel, which was pulled almost like line for line out of the Egyptian Book of Coming Forth by Day, aka the Book of the Dead. I changed it a little bit to make it more of my thing, but it is pretty much dead on Liber Israel. But I add some dance moves and some literality to it by, actually having the Ankh and the wand that I tell him that I have to invoke him or evoke, and I'll call him into myself, and then the 3 times just orbiting or walking in a circle 3 times, thrice great, Hermes Trismegistus, and then as Thoth, blessing each of the tarot decks that are on each of the 4 altars, because in addition to a dagger on each altar, I also have tarot deck on each altar, because that's how I'm living my life. So yeah, that is, like when people talk about they don't have time to practice, like you might notice that took 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, and like it was good, felt good. Like, it's important. It's like an old yoga teacher of mine used to say, the hardest part about doing yoga is getting on the mat. So like, yeah, the hardest part of temple work is getting your ass in the temple. And some people will always have an excuse as to why they can't do it. Don't be one of those people. If you want to practice magic, practice. So yeah, that was pretty fun, right? Yeah, like, does anybody want a tarot card? I'll even give you an option of which deck. I have right now. I have the Thoth deck. I have the Jodorowsky update or version of the Marseille deck, and I have the Hermetic Tarot. So if you would like a card, you want me to pull a card for like your next day, week, month, whatever, yeah, like I totally would be down to do that for anybody right now. Or if you have like a question for me about anything that I just did, anything that you feel like I missed, maybe like, or maybe a question about other shit that I do down here, yeah, shoot me a question in the little chat box there. I'm gonna go grab something from upstairs, so think about it for a moment. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So thank you so much for taking the time to give us a peek into your temple and your practice. Definitely inspired and motivated to update my own workspace. It's almost 6 a.m. here, so bedtime for me. All right. Looks like you already took off. Thank you very much for joining me, though, if you are still here. And good night. I'm probably going to turn in pretty soon myself. Although I have like the nightmare sleep schedule. Like I haven't worked in a bar in like 2+ years, but like I still have like a up all night ass bartender schedule. The other person who's on here who's not chatting is probably because you're on your phone. So thank you also. I have no idea who you are because it doesn't give me the analytics until I'm off here. But thank you for joining me also, especially if it's Ellie, like, what's that? But even if it's anybody, like, thank you for joining me, and I hope that you also are, get something out of this, besides like laughing at me all wired up with Christmas lights earlier. I need to do that more often. That's fun. Oh yeah, these back in here. Yeah, I bought this box of candles off like fucking Amazon or something stupid, and this is what I get. Like, it's all like magic ritual candles, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh fuck, that's perfect. I get them and they're fucking like slightly thicker than normal birthday candles. So the moral of the story is have morals, don't shop at Amazon. But yeah, they're weird candles, but they are a bunch of multicolored candles, and they do burn so fast that they're actually great for certain types, I should say, of ritual, because like you get some candles, you've like the votives that'll go for like a week, and if you're doing like some kind of sigilization or something that typically does not take very much time, you don't really want or need a candle that burns for a week. So having a candle that burns for like 3 fucking minutes is kind of perfect. Oh, you stinky piece of shit. Whatever. We'll just leave that like that for now. Incense. Yeah, so go simple. Yeah, man, or person. I like to invite people into my temple space when I can, to show them around, especially folks who like if you're losing motivation and you need some like type pick me up. For me anyway, like nothing motivates me like seeing other people's cool shit, seeing how they use it. It makes me feel really good and really inspired to see someone, especially someone who I like or respect, like see like their work in the space. And I mean, I guess that just like goes beyond even just magic, really. Like, like if you're like an illustrator and you like, see like another illustrator's like workspace, how they put their tools out, like how they, have everything set up. It gives you ideas and it gives you motivation to, work out your own stuff a little bit more. So I hope that this is beneficial to you, because God knows it's beneficial to me. It really helps me to, have a nice space and be able to share that with people. because yeah, like, you know, it's nice to have nice, and it's nice to be able to share that, and it's nice to be able to show folks that you don't need a shitload of money um, to have nice shit and to be able to do your magic in an environment that you control. You know, I refer this place as this is like my temperature controlled, you know, like biodome. When I do the purifying and the consecrating, um, you know, it makes it feel like this is a hermetically sealed off a space. You know, meanwhile, I can hear one of my 3,000 roommates stomping around upstairs, or, you know, like fucking cars driving by on the street, or, you know, like tear gas exploding because of the riots. You know, so it's cool to be able to have this, and to be able to have my fortress of solitude, which I can climb inside of, and, you know, hide from the world a bit. Um, and, you know, like, I'll do different things down here. There'll be different setups for different things. Like, if you were around for the Thelemic High Holy Days, over there in that corner, in the southeast corner, there was the big whiteboard, what I call the Thelemic Whiteboard of Doom. Um, and there, you know, like, I would write out everything that was, you know, each tarot card, the passage from the holy book that you would read, you know, and soon, hopefully, I am going to make my own chalkboard paint. So it's paint that turns any surface into a chalkboard, hence the name. And that shit is expensive to buy. Like, it's like $30 for a quart. I'm going to do the entire floor in this motherfucker with that. So if I bought chalk paint, chalkboard paint rather, in order to do this entire floor in a way that I would need to, it would cost me like $3,000 fucking dollars. But like, on some like Bob Vila, this old home ass like website, I found a recipe for how to turn regular old bull flat black paint into chalkboard paint. So I'm gonna get a couple of gallons of chalkboard paint, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna get a couple of gallons of flat black, like latex roller fucking house paint. And I'm gonna add some stuff to it through an alchemical process. I'm gonna turn it into chalkboard paint. I'm gonna paint the floor of this bitch with chalkboard paint, and then I'm gonna be able to draw magical circles and erase them however the hell I feel like it. And that is going to be super damn cool. I've seen a lot of, especially in the last like couple of years, I've seen a lot of folks with those like fabric magical circle things that you can buy from different places, and some folks even on Tumblr actually make them and sell them, or like rugs that have it on it. Like, that's cool or whatever, but like, most work that you do in a magical circle, especially if it's just like, you know, like a t-shirt type material, like a lot of them that I've seen, when you walk the edge of that circle a bunch of times, it's gonna fuck that up. Like, and like, you know, you might like kick it or like move it or some shit, and depending on what you're doing, that could be really bad. Like, you know, like, you might like fucking like open that circle up at a time that you do not want that circle opened up, and like, that could open you up to some not fun shit. But like, you know, with like the chalkboard paint and shit, even if you smudge it a little bit, it's not going to open the circle. Like, you know, you'd have to like, you know, spit or come on it or something, and like use that liquid, slip in it, and like make a hole in the fucking circle. Like it would be much harder to do, is my point, without being too much grosser. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And what else? Pretty soon, I'm going to put stands on the pillars on Yakin and Boaz over here. So they stand up on their own, because right now the base is as thick as the pillar, which is about 4 square inches, and not even 4 square inches, like 3 maybe 2.5. And so like they don't stand up very well, like they fall all over the damn place, and like it's yeah, I like had one of them fall and almost take out the fucking well, which is like 3 huge pieces of glass. Like, oh my god, that would have been a nightmare. Just in addition to losing my well, like, which would be very sad. Like, each of these pieces of glass, like especially the huge like tube cylindrical one, like that thing, to get that made, like that would cost like seriously like $1,500. Like that would be an extremely fucking expensive piece of glass. Like I have no idea who got that made or what it was originally made for. It's perfect for what I need it for, but like fuck me, that would be so expensive to replace, to the point where I just wouldn't be able to do it. It is prohibitively expensive. So it'll be nice to like have those on stands so they don't fall down and take out my expensive shit. Yeah, because again, like I just found that. Like I didn't buy that. Like in order to get that kind of custom, big, huge custom glass work, that is like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So yeah. So thanks for joining me in this night of calm and peace, piano music and candles. I hope that you are comfortable. I hope that you and yours take care, be safe. There are a lot of people who are justifiably angry with the world. Anyone who tells you anger never solved anything is unaware of history at best, and doesn't want shit to change, more likely. So be open to change, because a lot of things are changing right now. I believe they're changing for the better. So be a part of that change, and change within yourself as well. Like give yourself the space. Even if you don't have like a massive ass temple that you can go into and have your own solitude, like lock yourself in the bathroom for a couple of minutes a day and meditate. If you're not on a complete lockdown, like go to find a private place out in the world, go there and steal yourself away and work on this big change stuff that's happening. It's really powerful stuff, and it is nice to be able to work within while things without are happening. So yeah, not to be all like Jerry Springer's final thought or whatever, but yeah. Thank you again for joining me. My name is Holy Mountaineering, aka Fred or Not, but my friends call me Tim. Thank you for joining me, and peace, long life, and happiness to you. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under well. Good night. Fuck, good morning.